So it's 7:45 p.m. on Saturday, January 31st. On Tuesday the 6th, I was contacted by a man named Tim Sabian. It turned out he was from Sirius Satellite Radio. Now, I was very alarmed and suspicious when I heard this because that's the company that runs the corrupt Howard Stern's radio show. But Mr. Sabian said there would be no influence, outside influence, or any connection with Howard Stern at all. He was interested in having me be on what he said was my own program. Now, I still was very suspicious. What did he want me to talk about? He said I could talk about anything I wanted if it went well, and luckily they had equipment to screen incoming phone calls to make sure no crackpot or prank callers came through, or if any did, they could terminate those calls on the spot with their equipment. They might make the show into a regular thing, a periodic basis. I figured that the best thing for me to talk about were two significant national holidays that were 2 days in a row. So it turned out that on Monday, January 19th, I was at the Sirius studio in Manhattan. I said that the show should be called Two in a Row because of these two holidays I'm emphasizing. What were they? Well, Monday the 19th was Martin Luther King Day. Now, that's been in existence since about 1986. But then the very next day, January 20th, Tuesday, was Inauguration Day, and Barack Obama was going to be sworn in as our country's 44th president. And on this occasion, not only were Martin Luther King Day and Inauguration Day in succession, but they both focused on African Americans. It was a major turning point in history when Barack Obama became our first African American president. I was to be on for an hour, taking incoming calls a few at a time. I spoke about Martin Luther King's accomplishments and how the African Americans had been made to suffer a life of misery and toil since, if any of you remember the TV series Roots, you may recall how writer Alex Haley's remote ancestor, Kunta Kinte, was taken by force from his African homeland and brought to America as a slave, where he lived out the rest of his life in misery. And over time, as each succeeding generation was educated about the previous generations, Alex Haley got curious and decided to put the whole family history, beginning with Kunta Kinte, into a nonfiction novel. I also talked about Inauguration Day and one thing that I wanted Barack Obama to do as our 44th president. Well, there were a few prank calls that did come through. They had to be terminated on the spot. The staff said I conducted myself very well, and that obviously they did want me to make additional appearances in time. I don't think I'll make another appearance until perhaps the beginning of spring, because for one thing, I have no more performing events until March, when I start doing St. Patrick's parades. I'm also kind of concerned right now about Ebony, my cat. I took her this month to the veterinarian to get her checkup, and it turned out she had kidney problems. So 2 weeks later, I took her in again for blood pressure work, and the veterinarian says she can't possibly recover 100%. The most that he gives her to live is maybe a couple of months. I have to keep my eye on her and make sure she doesn't suffer. I undoubtedly would get another cat when Ebony eventually passes on, but probably not right away. So if you've thought of Ebony before, if you've some people may have seen her on footage of my previous blog entries. I don't know, but but you might keep her in your thoughts. I'm sure any of you viewers who have cats, dogs, or other pets know that you do your best to care for them and that you love them very much.